Alright guys, how's it going? This is Conway here, and I'm going to be doing a commentary over a game I played about 2 or 3 days ago, and it's just me doing a normal Shaco jungle, and uh, certain situations and circumstances led me to go tankier build, and I ended up trying out the new Titanic Hydra. So I'm going to be talking about that, and yeah, just commentating on my gameplay, and hopefully you guys can learn a bit and see how Titanic Hydra works on Shaco. So as you can see in the chat here, my team's mad that I auto-locked Shaco, but what else is new? And they also had a Blitzcrank and a Lee Sin, two really good champions to counter Shaco early on. So I knew they were going to try some type of cheese invade, and I asked them to ward for me, but nobody did. And I ended up warding that bush, and luckily I caught them off guard there, and we had vision, so I didn't waste any boxes or any of my time because we knew that the enemy team was right there. So I ended up improvising and just heading over to my blue buff. I wasn't really planning on starting blue, but you gotta do what you gotta do when they invade. That's one thing that really screws Shaco over, is really early invades that knock off his boxers or even kill him early. So that's one thing you want to be definitely watching out for when you're against like a Blitzcrank or a Lee Sin or anybody that can come in and kill your boxes. But yeah, so this is just going to be a commentary over this game, and I'll have my 10 tips on how to carry a Shaco guide out. That'll be out hopefully while this clip is out, so if you're watching this, definitely go check out that clip. But yeah, I'm a Diamond 5 solo queue jungle main. I mainly play Shaco just because I think he's really fun and he's really easy to carry as. But yeah, I'll just try to commentate over some of this here. So I'm just cleared the blue, using my boxes to bounce the aggro from the minions back and forth, and try to take as little damage as possible. As you can see, I didn't even pop a health potion yet. And I'm going to go over check my red now because it's Lee Sin. Like I said, Lee Sin's a good Shaco counter, so I'm going to try to prevent anything that I can, and he ends up actually taking my red. So I end up trying to call for Karthus here, and then Yasuo ends up showing up, and I just try to do what I can to stay alive and deal some damage. I ended up playing it out pretty well, and Karthus ends up getting first blood on this Shaco, on the Yasuo, and everybody dies there and I live, so that was really good. Yeah, I knew that Lee Sin was going to be pretty decent, so I pretty much anticipated his moves. And then I see that Vayne's one-shot here, and I come down, but I don't have my Q yet. I'm not level 3, so I really can't do anything here. Honestly, if I got pulled by Blitz and knocked up, I could easily die. So even though Vayne was at like 10 health, I'm just trying my best to not die and throw the early game. Right there, I almost got a cheese kill on Blitzcrank, but he ended up getting the back off. And in the meanwhile, the Lucian that's already mad at me keeps paying me off. So I'm just trying to take the farm just to toy with him a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. And I say thank you in chat. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's just normal, so I don't really care. Yeah, so then I'm going to just try to clear some jungle here. Level 3. Already got an assist. Got enough for a few items. But I'm not sure if I go back right now. Actually, I might go back right now. I probably should. Oh no, I'm going to clear the red because Lee Sin left it open. Left the one little camp up, so I just want to clear that out to get my red to spawn as soon as possible. And then Yasuo has been playing aggressive here, I've been noticing, so I wait for him to go in, and luckily he does once I get there. And Karthus is running exhaust for whatever reason, and he's just slowed to infinity. I knew that he didn't have his flash, so he's pretty much a free kill anytime he's past the very middle of the lane. So if the flash is down, even if it's a super mobile champion like Yasuo, it's still usually pretty easy kills, especially when there's somebody like Karthus that has a good slow, and Shaco's got a good slow also. So yeah, I mean, this game's going pretty well right here. I realized that there was 5 AD or 4 AD carries on their team, so I really had no reason to go full assassin, because I was gonna go straight into a I was gonna go Ravenous Hydra, and then Randuin's Omen, but then I realized that the Titanic Hydra was out, so I was like, might as well try this out, and I ended up thinking it's pretty good. It's not I don't think it's better than Ravenous Hydra for Shaco, but it could really be useful. I was doing some decent damage, and I would have been doing more if I had attack speed, but I just went straight tank, so yeah. But yeah, you'll see once I get it how I test it out and see how it works. It works pretty well. It's definitely a really good item. Any item that gives you that AoE damage is definitely going to help your clear speeds and just overall damage. Yeah, see, I come back on Yasuo here. The wind wall ends up stopping my E, but it's whatever. He just either saw me or had me warded, so it's no big deal. So yeah, right now I got a pickaxe and a skirmisher saber, and I'm really strong right now compared to everybody else, so I'm trying to gank as much as possible. So I'm just going to clear the chickens real quick, get the chicken smite buff, try to clear any vision that the enemy might have put up in my jungle. But yeah, so I got the skirmishers saber smite for the dueling that I'll be doing this game, because like Pantheon and Yasuo and Lee Sin can all burst me down really good, but I figured with the smite it really helps. I normally get the skirmisher saber actually. Once you're a little bit better at Shaco, you definitely want to be getting skirmisher saber instead of the Stalker's Blade. Stalker's Blade and Ranger Trailblazer are definitely better beginner Shaco items though. But yeah, as you can see right there, I knew I could just pop off the vein really quick. Yeah, Lucian ends up taking that like a dick, but yeah, he's mad at me, so I'll just let him take it. Don't say anything. Just try not to get him to tilt or anything, because the game's going pretty well. Yeah, and then Lee Sin ended up being there, which was a pretty aggressive place for him to be, and he ends up just wasting a bunch of time while we feed Lucian the double kill. So we're in a really good position to carry this game, even though they end up coming back a little bit. You guys can see. I'm only level 5 right now, so I tell Karthus that I'm going to be taking blue. When I'm not level 6, by the time I'm killing my buffs the second time around, I always want to be taking the buff, because you want to get the experience and the gold and get level 6 as soon as possible on Shaco, because he gets a lot more play potential and damage potential. So I mean, the first blue, it's not that big of a deal, especially if the Karthus is against someone like a Yasuo, so there's not too much sustain going on with the mana. So yeah, a lot of people usually don't mind the giving the first blue to the jungler, or the first and second blue to the jungler. So this is me right here trying to make a sweet play to get on camera, and I end up fucking up really bad. There's way too many minions, just a stupid play. He doesn't fall for it, and then I get hit by his spear jab thing, and he ends up killing me just because I'm stupid trying to make a sweet play, and I ended up being terrible. I don't know, it was just a real bad decision trying to make a play for the video. But yeah, Karthus ends up picking up the kill, and I get an assist, so it's all good. It's not that big of a deal. The Karthus is getting pretty big now too, which is good, and he ends up taking the blue, because Pantheon killed me getting my blue, and then Karthus killed Pantheon getting the blue, so the buff transfer went through good. So yeah, look, we saw Lee Sin coming in. I said Lee Sin's coming, because I just predicted his move, and I end up coming, I think I get a kill here. I don't even get a kill. Oh yeah, he flashes 11 health. I'm pretty sure that happens twice this game. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, just that little vision we had, Lee Sin was definitely going to go mid and try to make an aggressive gank. But yeah, and then I just tax out this lane because Yasuo is going to base. So it's free farm, free experience. That's definitely a huge tip on Shaco. Or any jungler, really. That's really, once I started taking lane farm and getting that experience and gold, it really helps a lot. It made me a lot better player once I started doing that. And I end up, I try to go for a little cheese kill on Vayne, but I decided it wasn't worth it because I could have got her, but I also would have died. And 1-for-1s are decent on Shaco, but you want to be trying to do that late game. And I end up waiting it out a little bit, wait till the Pantheon leaves. That leaves me with one less stun. And then I end up just going on the Vayne. She's really not suspecting it. And then I do exactly what I told you guys before. Just pushing out the lane, getting that experience, getting that gold. It's ridiculous how much it helps. You don't realize it until you start doing it. And then Lucian's here, taking the Krugs. I think he takes them from me, I'm not sure. Maybe he lets me have them. I don't really know, but yes, yeah, I ended up getting them there. He took the last ones from me, so yeah. I mean, that little gank that I did on the Vayne, that is what, even at diamond level, they still don't expect that for whatever reason. They don't realize that the Shaco's presence is just huge, and if you're like 30% health in your lane and you're not in the tower, Shaco, it's pretty much a free kill. Even though there was 2 people there, if you use the same combo that I did with the skirmisher's smite, you could just burst down anybody. And here I'm here for another counter gank. I see the Lee Sin there. I think Lee Sin actually ends up coming back, and that's why I'm staying close to that wall like that, so I could just smite right over. See, like, watch this. I think it's right here. Yeah, we try to avoid the Lee Sin Q, put the box down, and I didn't get a box off. Lee Sin ulted me. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I was pretty low before, and I got a lot of gold. I'll be able to pick up the Tiamat. And, like, my ideal first back is exactly what I got this game. Skirmisher Saber with a pickaxe and a health potion or 2, even though I didn't get any health potions. But, yeah, and then my ideal second back is you definitely want to try to get your Mobies, because I had 2 or 3 kills on my first back, and then once I got the Mobies, the mobility boost, you could just continue to snowball that lead and help all your lanes out, and being like omnipresent in every lane works great. So yeah, now I saw that Pantheon has a huge wave here. I know he's going to get super aggressive. I know that Tryndamere can survive this, so I ended up coming up for the kill. I knew the Pantheon was going to be greedy just because everybody this game has been super greedy. It was just, honestly, just a free kill. It's really good. And then I end up taxing some of Tryndamere's lane. And he ends up getting a little mad at me, but it's alright. I just wanted to push it out, even though I should have let him get the solo experience. Let's see if I can get the kill on Yasuo here. Yeah, see, that's one thing. I'm making aggressive plays, but I'm not making stupid plays. If I would have went in there, that would have been a stupid play. I would have probably died. Just, if they were decent, I would have probably died. And I probably could have gone 1-for-1, but like I said, you don't want to be doing 1-for-1s early. You want to be trying to do that late. I end up getting caught out of position here. And, but it's alright. We end up surviving. The Lee Sin doesn't do that much damage because he had Cinder Hulk. If he would have had Warrior there, I probably would have had 2 deaths pretty early just from the Lee Sin. But yeah, he decided to go Cinder Hulk, so it's alright. Yeah, I ended up checking out that Karthus skin there. It's pretty sweet, making those eagle sounds. But yeah, I think I might end up taking this blue too. I mean, the Karthus's mana regen is pretty good, and like I said, you just want to try to snowball the lead, especially not in rank. If the mid laner's not asking for the blue, I usually don't give him the blue. If the mid laner really wants it, he'll walk over as you're doing it and take it. So, yeah, I just think the experience and the gold is just really worth it now, especially because the gold's so hard to get. As a jungler, you want to be taking everything you can. Yeah, and this is where I end up getting the Giant's Belt, trying to get the Titanic Hydra. I end up reading what it does just to make sure I know exactly what it does. And it's pretty much the same effect as a Tiamat, except it's not as often as a cooldown. So you have a higher cooldown on the Titanic Hydra, and it only cleaves in front of you. It doesn't do the circle like Tiamat. And if you realize, you never really use the Tiamat's damage behind you, so making it a cone isn't that big of a deal, and your damage potential is still just as good. Yeah, once again, just read another play there. I could tell that the Pantheon was going to be aggressive for whatever reason. He's just trying to carry the game, and I'm just capitalizing on every single mistake and dive that he makes. It's just really easy. You just throw the smite on him, auto attack, activate the Tiamat, use your E, and then even go for a ignite, which I used right there. So yeah, now I'm pretty far ahead right now, pretty tanky. They definitely don't expect me to be as tanky as I am. You'll see some plays coming up where they all go in on me and they just realize that they can't do shit to me. It's like right here, Yasuo gets a decent ult off. There's 4 of them. And look at my clone, how much damage it's taken. Normally I would have gotten destroyed. But yeah, I'm just trying to stay alive. Try not to die. And we end up losing 2 people there, but I mean, it's no big deal. We're still pretty close. And they end up going for the dragon. I think I end up doing some damage to the Vayne here, yeah. So she gets out of position, and I almost kill her. If she didn't condemn me right there, I would have definitely killed her. Yeah, and then Karthus gets pulled. He gets out of position. Gets so many of them low. Yeah, I'm just trying not to get hit by this Pantheon here. I'm just like, my entire team, yeah, see, Karthus gets the triple kill. I'm just not trying to be like super ballsy and just feed. So even though I probably should be helping out my team here, I'm just trying to farm and play safe because I don't really condone a lot of their actions. I fucked up my Q there, totally could have gotten a kill. But, I mean, it's alright. The Pantheon would have jumped on me and I would have died instantly. So, it would have been a 1-for-1 for sure. I would have killed Vayne, Pantheon would have killed me. And, yeah, Pantheon ends up escaping my grasp right there. Jen ends up getting the kill. That's pretty funny. So, I'm going to go back now and get the Titanic Hydra, I'm pretty sure. And I just keep on getting tankier and tankier. Like I said before, there's 4 AD carries on their team. So, anytime there's 4, the AD carry bot lane, AD jungler, AD mid, and AD top, I'm all for going armor and health as Shaco. It works really, really well. The enemy team never expects Shaco to be as tanky as he is when he gets these items. So yeah, it works out really well. Yasuo, once again, out of position. Easy kill. Ends up going in. And look, watch. This is where they don't know how tanky I am, I'm pretty sure. They keep on trying to make plays on me, but I'm just not taking any damage, really. Lee Sin ends up Qing to me, gets caught out of position. Then the Karth ult, I'm pretty sure gets 1. Yeah, see? And I probably could have taken on this Pantheon here, been a little bit more aggressive, but like I said, it's all about being precise and calculated, and if I'm not 100% sure I'm getting a kill, I'm not going to go in. And they're getting a little greedy here, a little off-screen deceive, just burst the Blitzcrank instantly. Just picking up easy kills like that on Shaco, it's easier than any other champion because of the stealth. A lot of people say it's cheap, but I mean, it's really not that hard to realize. If the Blitzcrank was any good, he would have known that I could have just destroyed him and gotten away. And that's what it's all about, is trying to get away after your kill as a Shaco. And minimal deaths, because deaths on junglers, just bad news. 1 death this game, that's 1 more than I should have had, because I was trying to make that stupid play top against the Pantheon when he was strong. But I mean, it's alright. Taking the drag here. Just warding him off. Trying to get away from that pink. Lee Sin catches out the Lucian. He was out of position. He deserved to die there. And then I'm just going to take all this farm. Because Lucian's dead and nobody's down here. This is so much free farm and so much free experience. And as you can see, the Titanic Hydra there, it's doing the little conal area of effect damage. And it's pretty cool. Really sweet animation. I really like it. I'm definitely going to have to experiment some more on some other champions. It'd definitely be good on champions like Volibear. Who else here? Even like a tanky Lee Sin, because Lee Sin normally gets Hydra. If he's going Cinderhulk, he might as well go Hydra. Titanic Hydra. I end up picking up some more health here. I get the Cinderhulk a little late, but on Shaco I like rushing an item before I get the jungle enchant. I just think the jungle enchants really set your build behind, and I would much rather have a Tiamat than a Cinderhulk or a Brutalizer that goes into the Warrior enchantment. So yeah, I just think Tiamat is just ridiculously strong for the clears, for the AoE damage, the sustain. It has everything. And I really like Russian Tiamat on junglers like Shaco. And then I end up getting the Cinder Hulk after that. But so it still works out. And as you can see, I'm really tanky right now. I got 2,300 health. It's only 20 minutes in the game, and I got some armor too. So I'm definitely going to be taking a lot less damage than these people expect. People usually see a Shaco and try and burst him, but it definitely doesn't happen this game. And it's really fun. I really like going tank Shaco and even like bruiser Shaco, and it really catches people off guard. And when you know Shaco as well as I do, you know how much damage you're going to be able to do regardless. Pantheon ends up ulting at 20% health there, not sure why. I end up picking him off. And I think I end up getting another kill here too. See, look how ballsy of a play this is, but look how tanky I am. I'm just dodging everything, and they do like no damage to me. Look at the moves. It's so funny. Like, I just went into 4 people, and I only lost like 10% health. Yeah, this is the other time that Yasuo survives with 10 health, like I told you guys. But yeah, at this point in the game, I was laughing so hard, because I knew that once I deceived into them, that wasn't the correct decision to make, and I ended up just being really gutsy and going for it, and I just lived with so much health, and it was hilarious. It's super funny. Tank Shaco God, yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I ended up doing pretty well this game. I played really defensively, but I was just trying to get some good outplays and good footage here. I ended up getting I think they actually surrendered before I finished the Iceborne Gauntlet, but Iceborne Gauntlet is an item that I definitely get on Shaco a lot. Say if they have like 2 AD carries or AD champions that are fed on their team, and both of them are going to be able to outplay me, I always get Iceborne Gauntlet. So normally I'll go Ravenous Hydra into Static Shiv into Iceborne Gauntlet, and it's just a great item. It procs with your Q, so after you Q onto them, the Iceborne Gauntlet Sheen effect procs and the Slow effect procs, and it's great. It works so well. It's really cost efficient. It's just a great item. I probably should have gone in there, but it was a good thing that I didn't, because the Blitzcrank and the Pantheon who showed up would have just destroyed me. And I ended up just toying with everybody here. I'm just trying to honestly just make them go crazy, because I know I can get away with anything this game. And the Pantheon ends up chasing me with the Lee Sin. And look, he flashes me, and he thinks if I was Assassin Shaco, I would have probably died there from that burst. And for whatever reason, they do not check this bush. And it's hilarious. I was laughing right here, because that's probably the first place that I would have checked if I was chasing the Shaco there. I think I would have survived regardless, but it's still just hilarious. I try to go for the Yasuo kill here. It doesn't work. It's not worth doing the tower dive like that. And then I call for help, because I know they're going to be coming for me. They just had vision on me, even though I know that I can get away. But yeah, it's just super funny, that Pantheon flash, because he thought he was just going to be able to destroy me, but all the armor and health I have, he did nothing, and he just wasted his flash. Yeah, Vayne's here. I could probably try and outplay her, but she's got a pink ward that I see, so it's best not to try to sneak up on her. If she's got a pink ward, you really want to get the people that are going to be unsuspecting. So yeah, I'm 4-1 and 8 right now. The game's actually pretty close, closer than you would think for how well I'm doing. I just happen to be making some good decisions and not feeding like everybody else on my team. Well, they're not feeding, but they're being ballsy for no reason. And so yeah, for Shaco, I think he's at a pretty good point in the meta right now. There was like a month ago where, or even 2 weeks ago, where Twisted Fate was in every game. And Twisted Fate, people don't realize that's like a hard Shaco counter, because his ult just reveals you. So anytime you try to make a play while he ults, it just fizzles and goes to nothing, and you get blown up. And I freaking hate playing against Twisted Fates because of that reason. I was like useless in every game that I played as him. See, look, the Yasuo ults me here, catches me out, just can't do any damage to me. It's pretty funny. If like I said, if I was Assassin Shaco, or my normal build of Shaco, I probably would have died there. So yeah, and they forfeit right there, and that's the game. So thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe, and make sure you check out my other videos. All right, see ya.